So you're thinking about going solar. Well, I'm going to tell you 5 lessons learned from our solar experience. Let's begin. The top item on your list should be estimates. Get quotes from as many suppliers that's in your area that you can think of. These are the ways that will help you determine what's the best for your location, for your house. See if they're the same. You know, ours were they all came out very similar. The number of kilowatt hours that we needed for the system was roughly the same, except for the prices. Prices did not come out the same. There was about a $10,000 to $15,000 difference between solar system quotes. Item number 2, review the design of where do you want your panels. Where do they propose that your panels are going to be installed on your house? Are they on the front of the house or are they on the back of the house? And if you don't like the location, ask them to change it. See what they can do to the system to make it to what you want. That's what we did. Now we ended up with more panels on, the back of the house back here. Yeah, we've got a lot more back here in the back than what we do on the front, but we didn't necessarily care for the aesthetics of having them all in the front of the house, but we did save room to incorporate more panels at a later date. Like if we find out we're not getting 100% offset later on after, say, a year's gone by or so, then we do have an option here to where we can install more panels on the front of the house that's in more daylight or in more daylight hours throughout the day. Number 3, talk about where the installation of all your meters and your boxes are going to be installed. This was the location of our main meter that was for the house, and then these, the production meter, this meter got changed out to a net meter, the main disconnect, and then the in-phase system that where everything's running to it has all the breakers for the system. But find out, ask about this. Some of this they were first talking about was going to be inside the garage. We were also looking at a power wall or maybe something like that, a storage type device for outages, because we've had a number here at the house. But yeah, look at where this and how this is going to be done. So ultimately, we had a nice clean setup and much appreciated. Okay, this would be a great time for me to talk to you about the installation process that we went through. Next Energy did a fantastic job of getting the system installed. They did it within 2 days. It took 1 day actually to do the electrical work, and then I guess 3 days. 1 day for electrical, 2 days for the system install on top of the house. From there, though, it was really waiting on Xcel, our energy company. We had to wait for the net meters. We had to wait for the approvals. We had the approval from the town, which that only took a few days. That was really fast. Then you had Xcel Energy. They had to stop by and actually approve the system. And then from there, we got into the net metering. Supposedly it had a back order. We'd received an email that said we were back ordered on the net meter, and so we were just waiting and waiting and waiting until finally it did show up somewhere there in January. Actually, I believe it was the second week of January. So from 2 days before Thanksgiving all the way up till January 7th, when the system was actually turned on, we were basically waiting on the net meter to show up. So there you go. Just wanted to run through a quick installation process for you, a little bit of the timeline, etc. But now let's get back to the lessons learned. Item number 4 is talk to your neighbors. Yep, we were able to talk to these folks here and just kind of get an idea of what they were planning to do with their system, and they utilized the same solar installer. These were the original folks I talked to in the neighborhood. These folks here actually talked to these folks who talked to us. So it's really worked out well, just being able to have a conversation with your neighbors and see what they're planning to do. And number 5, finally, find out if they have a cash option. This can save you thousands. I'm talking like 20,000, which is what it saved us. Yes, you can't go do their financing for 20, 25 years, whatever it may be. But however, you can possibly use a home equity line of credit. Use your house to buy your solar system that's going to increase its value right off the bat as soon as it's installed. Ours is automatically based on the appraiser when we were going through the HELOC process, increased it 2 to 4%, just like that. So yeah, you should look at that option as well. It can really save you a lot of money. I'm going to share one more item with you, so you get like a little bonus item here. And that is going to be about microinverters. Your system, the way it normally would have been installed, would have been one inverter on the system. So for ours example, we have 46 panels. They would have all been going to that one inverter, but if something would have happened, the system's done. Game over, it's outsies there. So with us, we have 46 microinverters that are working with each individual panel. And it did come in handy because at the very beginning, 4 of those microinverters were not working, and we had 4 panels that were not operating and producing energy for our system. 4 panels at 360 watts for each panel, that's a lot of energy that was not being produced. And had I not hopped onto the app to check it out, just to, I was excited about the system. I wanted to see what was going on. And so I noticed, I'm like, hey, what are these grayed out areas? So I sent it to our installer and found out that, yeah, the microinverters were not working. So they sent somebody out, they hopped up on the roof, replaced them, and that was it. So now the system's been operating properly ever since. So I would say, yes, this is probably another higher up priority tip, lesson learned, is go with microinverters for your system. I believe it will definitely benefit you because even if 1 or 2 go out, something happens, at least the rest of your system is still operating. All right, hey, if you'd like to know a little bit more about our system, be sure to check out this video right here. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about our Enphase app, doing a little bit of demonstration, showing some of our savings already just over the past 2 months. So go ahead, check it out right here. All right, take care. We'll catch you in the next one.